Alright guys, welcome to the channel. Hopefully I won't chatter away too much. Um, Here we go. We are a Cobra Lash Ranger, right? This is going to be my league starter actually. I did find some stuff, right? Luckily. Right, so we found this helmet, which is really, really strong for the early game. But we will be going over this build. I've swapped to claws, right? And here's my graph. So you kind of want, I'm suggesting, um, it don't matter on this, but one thing I like is my movement speed, and I like chance to find ancient womb gifts. First and foremost, that's what's got to help, right? Although I haven't found any of that, but we also do have glowing silhouette that helps us shock, right? Anything that helps you shock is a good thing, in my opinion, right? So here you are. This is basis of me saying starter leveling build. That's good, right? We just slingshot all the way over here. And then we grab the aspect of the links. We grab survivalist. Don't worry about that little guy. I'm just trying to back cap, right? We grab this. And we grab this, right? I like Claws of the Hawk more than I like Magpie there, right? And the most important thing, you grab one of those, and then you can grab Claw Mastery, gain life and mana of 25 life, 25 mana per enemy hit, depending on which claw, right? We do have mana reservation, right? Let's take this off, right? And as you can see, we are a little over level for the area, yes. But, and again, this starter build, you will be probably gambling, IDing, trying to cry and hope and pray for the next claw upgrade. But on the bright side, right? On the bright side here, and this is just addicting for me, right? It's just fun for me going through here, so going Cobra Lash. Here's double yellow birdies. And where we can kind of just get away with spamming. Oh wait, did we catch him? I thought we did. Here's a red birdie. I thought I already did oak, but no, we turned this on for extra crit chance. So, all in all, really strong, really. Oh, cool. We have a Vel dungeon, Vel gym dungeon. Let's ID these and toss them. Well, it has movement speed. I don't know. Whatever, screw it. Alright, did this get more yet? 28%. So, alright, so here we go. I didn't see whatever it was saying. But where's this rogue exile hiding? Grab that gold ring. Wrapped mitts. Fire, cold resist, mana, dex. Something for better. Oof. Anything else hiding in there that might be good? Boom. And see how we have that shock round 15%. Not bad. So kind of on my claws, right, I just run these until we get to a point of, okay, I'm not, like, we're killing that fast. Right? And when we're killing that fast, we don't need to go shopping, gambling, etc. Right? And here, I'm just going to do this because I'm kind of back capping here to get this. And my next few shots are going to be getting Heartseeker, getting, where's this poison? Ah, yes, Fatal Toxins, getting large, right? And then work on getting Soul Thief over here for this. More crit, because crit is great. Again, you can grab this, and then you could do something like this, and then come down over here. All that crit stuff is really strong right there. And then you come down here, get that energy, shield, life, and suppress damage. And then Fangs of the Viper. And then more crit chance, more physical damage. One-handed weapons, still 30% more damage, right? And then also damage over time there. Like, come down here, you get this, and then boom, 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 2, 4, 6 right there. And then obviously we would have grabbed that, had that, get this, have this. And then one thing you can do here, right? Depending on how you want to do it, is you can do something like this. Then come down here, get this stuff. Because we'd be here anyways, right? Or the alternative actually is, because we'll be coming down here for this, right? You come down here and you have one and two. And then here's some optional good option here. Here's 14% physical as extra cold. So, and then that gets a cold damage boost as well. And then mainly grabbing this, you want this left one. Increased damage with ailments. And then damage over time multiplier for poison. Claw attack still 25% more or increased damage. And attacks speed with claws, right? And then come down here, get more poison in our kit. Super good, super strong. super fast. And then, like, say we're still right here. We come down here. Here's movement speed evasion. Two of the like Giga Chad stats in the game is being able to evade a hit and being able to outrun a hit. And then again, you have very good stuff here, and then projectile mastery, and then here you have stats, a whole bunch of dex, 8% increased dex, and then increased 5% increased attributes you could grab. So you have 13% more dex on top of a shit ton of dex, on top of possibly putting this notable for 1% per 16 dex, 40 and 30, that's 70, 16, 32, 64 would be 4. Let's round up 80, that's 5% more damage plus whatever, right? Right, and that would be an option. And then come down here, jewel cluster, jewel socket, and then come over here, get all this evasion in your kit, and then go ahead and, like, God willing, if we have more, like we got that, and then we definitely want to get this, make sure we have that damage over time there. Now, God willing, we come up here, right? We get this evasion here, this here, accuracy rating, projectile. Well, you don't have to do that. You can just do like this here, and then come up here, get this crit here, and get that movement speed, attack speed there, right? And then obviously get that there. And then, like, you're going to be really, really strong, really good. And then we probably get this jewel socket here. And then come over here. Grab this, right? Right? Grab this right here, right? You grab this right here. And then you come over here and you grab this stuff right here. If you still have room, right? And you should be in a decent spot to grab, not that guy, acrobatics, right? So suppressing spell damage, we can actually dodge spell damage. But I don't know how much y'all like that, or if y'all prefer to just have suppress it. Right, here we go. As you see, with like a minimal investment, mostly dex, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right? A good bit of our points are in dex. Oh, breach. Don't mind if I do. Go ahead, summon her. Because I like our AoEs, right? Oh, I don't like these trees, though. And here, we can just spam for days, right? Contagion. Alrighty, so as y'all can see, like, that doesn't really go down. And for right now, that's really strong. Which will probably hold us until like not really needing to pot too much there, but let's go ahead and do that. Now what's our crit at? 20.1%. Nice. Not bad at all. Here we go. This map's pretty good. And Oak's got some life regen to him. So
new enemy.
right? And we literally just, oh, that's literally as good as or better than a really, really pro RF build, right? All right, so that's that. Let me go ahead and now go over to the web browser. This is one unique I'm basing this build off of, the Gold Raven mask. If I can get my hands on one earlier, great. If not, we'll have to grind it out. Probably just save all my currency and then just keep an eye on trade and see what it is. Currently, it's like 10 to 15 chaos orbs, depending on which version do you want. Do you want Falborn? Do you want that? The entry price is 10 and 15. But we'll see what happens as time goes on. So lap 1, Oath of the Magi. Then I plan on laps 2 and 3, obviously being shrines. And then lap 4, forest tracking. And that should enable me a good bit of free damage. I wish that was more attack damage though, right? But it is what it is. Like, do we need force tracking? They're like, not really. You know, you don't really feel like it's better to go evasion, but since we're evasion, why not? Eventually we will be super strong. And then when we do this leg, we could just come up here and grab this. And that's going to skyrocket some damage again. But as you can see, we right now is leveling, right? As long as we upgrade our weapon, we should be pretty decent. And again, once, where are you? Once we get Oath of the Magi, we will have 60% resist, 30% more life, 30% movement speed, and double evasion off our armor, basically, right? Meaning we'll get hit less, we'll take less from spell damage, and overall be pretty tanky for rest of campaign. Not to mention we get free zooms. And then by the time we get lap 2, here's some of the shrines we can get. If we can get the gold mask, we'll probably figure double these numbers, right? So lesser impenetrable shrine would be like 100% armor evasion, increased armor evasion, energy shield, which will be pretty nice. Like double 40% damage there. Acceleration shrine, action speed 10%. So that would be like 22% probably when it's said and done. And then like us to be able to get in some of this stuff, elementals resist on top of the oath of the magi, is like lap. By the time you get lap 2, I'm pretty damn sure you're gonna be feeling pretty damn strong. If not, you probably need to stack your gear a little better, or make sure you don't have any sighted gems in your helmet, armor, gloves, or boots. And again, like I'm like you for league starter, this is all you have to do, right? Don't worry about those two, right? All you have to do is just come up here, get this, get that situated, and you will be much like me there. Like big mobs, not worry. We have that sustain, and that sustains, right? And see how our mana just goes up, right? We don't even worry about mana flash right now. We could, if we wanted to, go quicksilver flash. But anyways, let me get back to this, right? So lap 2, we get this. Lap 3, we get something like this, which basically enables all these normal shrines. But with the gold mask, right, we'd basically be able to double the effect of this stuff, which over time, right? Attack speed, cast speed, skills repeat additional time. That's really strong. Like, depending on what shrine we get, is just going to give us brutal shrine. Like, it's really, really good. I don't know extra gore. Right? Dr. Google. It's just a weapon added effect that can be. So your physical damage and critical strikes cause extra bleeding on the map, right? To me, that's not that good. Here, I'm thinking that we are legitimately getting like some aggravated bleeding, something like that. But I was wrong. Glad I just looked it up now. But anyways, most of these shrines like impenetrable. Imagine that 200% increase armor evasion and energy shield. That's really strong. It can get better with maps, right? Gloom Shrine. Basically free 10% extra damage as chaos. And then explodies galore, right? So all in all, this build is really strong, really easy. I did some theory crafting here. It's not perfect. I have to redo it. But basically, you can't go wrong if you get this and then you get all this. Poison Sphinx, all this. There's a note here I kind of forgot about. because it's just a leveling guide. But basically, one method right here, what you could go, it is way early. Go here and then obviously put in your mastery. Why not? You know, I mean, if you get rings with division on it, that's 20% increased. That's really good. Evasion rating, you have energy shield. That could be really, really strong. 1% increased evasion per 5 intelligence. Dex does not provide evasion. For my Wanderer, I will probably consider doing that. And then, you know, there's a couple things there, like the every 4 seconds is kind of strong. If you have that high, once you get that high evasion rating. But for now, you know, we just come through here, and then we can do this right over here to Claws of the Falcon and Growth and Decay, just to get our damage over time up. And then do something like this here, boom. And since we're there, you know, we can do the suppress. And again, if we're doing also Ghost Dance can be really strong, right? We're going to want to do that point there. But all in all, right, you want Ghost Dance, and then wherever that... Where is this hiding? No, that's Chaos and Knock. So we want Ghost Dance, and then there should be a notable somewhere here. Acrobatics. There we go. To kind of get past a lot of that stuff of spell suppression. And then also, I mean, it's just so much to do here. And then basically, by the time you have what you want here, right, to what you want here, come down here, right, boom, then come over here, boom, boom. Do you want to cast me, or you just do 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1 and 2, right? You have claw stuff here if you want it, but I gain 6 life per enemy hit with attacks, right? You could contemplate doing that, but I myself really wouldn't. And then you have options here, right? You just start going up to here, get this, right? So you don't have to, or you just come here, down here, if you're going to get those anyways. That's just 1 point. And then come over here, and then obviously those are really fucking strong nodes to get here, right? And then you come over here, you get this crit, you get that movement speed. Over here, get that, get all this suppression, accuracy, projectile damage, why not? Get this, come here, come get this. Or the alternative is, right, you know, 1, would you go down 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4, right? You could just come down here to get this, and then, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? might be better because, right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And technically 6. And you're right there. So you might as well just come get this, get this. Now you come down here, get this, and then you have the option, right? Get that. You want movement speed, it's right here for you. Come down here, definitely pretty decent shot at that. And then an option would be come get that and that. That would kind of be giving you flat energy shield plus that and a recharge rate. Not bad. And then, like you did this, right? Yeah, you might as well just go ahead and get that jewel right there. And then, if you're wanting to do more of an energy shield roll, you come get this. You get all this stuff, and then, and you get that right there, right? You want you more energy shield. But you want to kind of not quite go energy shield, more evasion like we're going to be doing. You get this crit. You come down here, you get this, right? Or the other option is going to be more of a, we get what we want here. We get this here, right? And then we try to focus on coming down here, getting the swift venoms, right? We want this crit. We want multi-shot badly. We want a jewel socket here. Large cluster jewel. We come down, right? And that's for tincture. So there's our swift venoms here. And then we come down here. We take a side tour here. We take this, right? On the left side, right? More damage with elements, damage over time multiplier. And then we come down here. Here's projectiles. Crit multiplier. I can't stress enough how good that's going to be. And then on the just below it, evasion and movement speed. And then down here, boom, get this projectile damage and speed. And then dealing up to 60% increased damage with targets. Boom. And then, of course, we grab that dex and multiplicative dex. And then 5% increased attributes. Right? And then, because whatever that calculation would be, so basically, and then we would literally be another point here, get the cluster jewel up here, get onslaught if we still can, and all that right there. Over here, get this phasing, right? And then also want to get this, right? And then depending on how much we have left in the tank, we can come up here finally, get the jewel socket there. And then come up here, get that. And then also get this here, right? And then come up here, get this crit and movement speed here. And then we only have a few points left. Maybe get this jewel socket here, right? and then another jewel socket if you even have those points, right? Depending on what jewels you have. Um, so here, if you want, pause the video now, and I'm gonna leave it like this here in case anyone wants to follow this route. You don't have to; it's not perfect, but it should pretty much carry you. The only caveat is no claws are going to scale with your level. You're going to have to upgrade them. Now, I've had these claws since, let's say, level 22 and level 16, right? So this one's 50, 60 something damage. This one's 70, 96 damage, right? So, I mean, a few more levels, maybe I'll get some better claws. But for right now, we're claw throwing fool that literally can't not really dying and clearing stuff with the relative quickness, right? Um, like if you don't quite like the build I'm doing here, you don't have to. Here's some other builds that might be really good leak starters for you. Bow build, ice shot, lightning arrow. If you're doing that, I would suggest if you don't want to do Dagger Wasabi, surfcaster might be a really good synergy ascendancy for you because you basically convert lightning to cold. Now cold damage also shocks. You have some chill, reverse chill, or inverse chill effect on you that you can get. Boosted cast speed, attack speed, damage, etc. And then you can also get like chilled monsters deal less damage to you and take more damage to you, basically. If that makes sense to anybody, right? Like it's really, really good. Like if you're stuck and don't know what you're wanting to do, lightning arrow, ice shot, whatever. Maybe lightning strike, and then there's spark if you want, or any lightning based build or cold. Lightning or cold based builds, surfcaster might actually serve as a really strong build. Wanderer, you have scavenger. You can probably make this work as a surfcaster, right? And this is just some bonus content for y'all. We're under my hour mark. But imagine being a surfcaster, like you're all the way over here. There is well, as a wanderer, okay, as a wanderer, that could be decent. And then you come up here, get this, right? You get this, and then you start doing that. But how do you get, like, this is impossible. So what you could do is you could instill this, right? And then you could so if you did this, right? Boom, you have your attack speed, cast speed. You have this man per kill. Boom. Increased damage crit chance. You get this crit chance. And then you're not elemental, but you're also here, right? physical, physical crit, physical, and then here you have movement speed, dex, physical, right? Boom. And then I assume wands are one-handed weapons, so you could benefit from this here too, right? And then what you do is like you start focusing on just getting over here, right? Boom. You get this, and then jewel socket. Come over here, get this. You get this. Come down here, get this. Down here, you want to get that, and then you have an option to come get this overcharged if you want. It could help with charge generation. But then jewel socket there. And then basically you have some options, right? Dual wielding mastery. Cast speed, attack speed while dual wielding. I don't know. But anyways, you could dual wield, that'd be great. But right here, right? And I'm just looking at some of this stuff. Okay, so anyways, we come up here and we come get this extra lightning damage 30%, right? And with our instill, that's extra 40% of our damage, right? And then there's jewels that give us extra damage later on. That can be really strong, really good. And then here's a crit node right there. One of my favorites. And then basically, because we came up this way, we just come here. Of course, grab the large jewel socket, clustering jewel socket right there. Come up here. Come do this mega path here. Take whatever wand mastery you want, right? Additional projectile is the first one you should take. And then I would path down here, get this, and then you get this as well. And then come over here, get this crit multiplier stuff. Right, and then from there, I thought there was another one. Oh, right over here. Like, boom, boom, boom. And of course, we have this stuff here to whichever way you want to do this, right? You could do it like this, and then you're like this. So, whichever way is easiest for you. And then, basically, you would also waste all these nodes that would be very underwhelming and powered for you, right? But on the bright side, this would help with all that extra damage, that 40%, really 40% extra cold, right? And then over here, we'd have extra 10%, right? So extra 50% damage multiplier that you could do. And then also work that mana game up as much as you can. And then also this power charge on kill. You're getting power charge on kill. Increased wand damage per power charge. So definitely suggest getting that. Maybe not even consider doing this. But I mean, I'm saying like you could do that and then 50% effect of lightning elements, which includes shock, literally the strongest element in the game. I don't quite like that wand stuff there. Like, I like that mana stuff there, right? And then we could, like, you also grab that one. And then come over, like, even if you're right here, just come right on over and get that mana there. Skill effect duration. Man. There's so much that's so good, right? Now I'm kind of looking here and trying to like you have minion stuff in there, minion stuff. Oh, you have some energy shield stuff right here, right? Faster serve energy shield, which is kind of king. Right there. And then up here, right? Mana energy shield's really strong. I mean, and then that staff stuff. Brand, I don't know about. Then since we're mana stacking, you could do mind over matter since we're right if you came up there, right? So all in all, pretty solid. Like there are ways to do this, and ways to like get trapped in the sauce. Like that's the Templar Sarnier, that's the Chieftain, right? So don't mind me right now. I'm just looking through all this and trying to see if there's anything worth a damn hidden in here, right? And a lot of life armor, right? Oh, that's a situational that could end up being good. But let's say you want to come over here for the jewel socket. Righteous Fury. That's not quite that good. Grave Pact. You want to free Chaos Resist. Here's Righteous Decree, right? But you could also, right, the perk of doing this, right, would be to kind of be able to, that's straight damage, attack speed, cast speed, that's decent. And then area of effect, area damage. Right, area of effect, elemental, spell damage, spell crit chance, light radius, elemental resist, elemental damage, chance to freeze, shock, and ignite. But anyways, it is what it is. Like, it's possible to do whatever. But until next time, y'all, let me get off of here before I start chatting away. I hope all is well. I hope y'all doing well, being well, and treating others well. Don't forget to leave some comments, like, follow, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what your league starter is going to be. What's your number 2 going to be? Until next time, y'all, take it easy.